obviously, we've got a breadth and depth here. What we're trying to look at today are what are the implications for municipalities and how big and how much risk and where are the opportunities to start mitigating that risk and adapting to that risk. Obviously, we just heard two terrific presentations from people who I would call unquestionably the leaders in what's going on in municipalities that are trying to address climate. For my own purposes, I will tell you here in Boston, we are trying to pick up the mantle, follow on the strong leadership of Chicago and Copenhagen, and bring some of these very models here. But what we're talking about today is the fact that planners at all levels of the municipal food chain can help the communities they are part of to be economically resilient to climate impacts if they look at it in a focused, in a clear way, if they focus on things like extreme events and insurance, and if they do so now and not wait until the problems hit us in the face. Finally, I'm going to be followed by a great expert on insurance, Lynn Patton. I'm going to pretend to know something about it, and I'll share some numbers and information. But please know if you have questions, you may very well get more answers in the follow-up by a woman I have extraordinary respect for, and who I think will cover more of the kind of discussion I'm having. But let's just stop for a second and understand the potential vulnerability to future climate impacts that we need to be thinking about and understanding, and what they mean to our present vulnerability. Weather-related disasters have been rising steadily over the past few decades. A small chart to do it, but we just need to read the newspapers. We need to know about the droughts in Texas that have annihilated farms, they've annihilated crops, they've hurt the cotton industry and everybody who thrives from that, and somehow now they're trying to transport water into their communities. Being ready for that so we're not caught with those kinds of problems sooner rather than later is clearly what we're talking about. So this chart just gives you a sense of the weather-related disasters growing over the past few decades. Next slide. And it's not just weather-related and random individuals see it. We know that insured U.S. weather-related losses are growing 10 times faster than premiums and the overall economy, and even faster when compared with the population growth. So it's happening. We've got an industry that is a bellwether. It's in many ways the canary in the coal mine. It tells us about the risks and opportunities for our economy overall, and that's the insurance industry. And they are seeing 10 times faster premiums that they've got to, or losses that they've got to contend with due to weather-related impacts from climate. That doesn't mean every storm. It doesn't mean every weather-related change. It does mean those where scientists have determined that the storms, the impacts, are far more profound because of climate change. Next slide, please. So what is happening? We're seeing development in exposed places that are driving losses. People are moving into more exposed places. No surprise, we know that. $9 trillion of insured coastal property in the United States, $2 trillion in Florida alone. Think about what it means for those kinds of waterfront properties. And this trend we're seeing is true not only for the coastal properties, but it's true for non-coastal floodplains,